Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here. I am absolutely thrilled to be bringing you this particular video. This is one that I had to take some time and pray over and get my mind and my heart redirected and corrected because, if you know my story, opening up a medical transportation company was very, very challenging and very, very difficult for me during the COVID time. I did eventually get set up, but due to many critical errors that I teach you guys to avoid, I lost my business. But it has led to many, 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 many true blessings that I am just so grateful for. And it has given me the opportunity to teach, mentor, and coach new NEMT entrepreneurs like yourselves. So I am so grateful for all of my challenges because it has definitely led me into a space that is more meant for me, designed for me. That's it. Anyway, so we are doing South Carolina. Yay! Finally, I have the courage to go ahead and show you guys how to get started in South Carolina. Believe me, I was not holding out. I was just traumatized, y'all. Traumatized. Okay, so first off, I want to start out by saying to those of you who are starting out in South Carolina, you have probably heard how difficult it has been in the past to get started with ModiveCare, who is our primary broker. We do have MTM located in the upstate over there in Greenville, Spartanburg area. They do a lot of business there. And so if you are a part of that area, I strongly encourage you to go with a MTM as your broker if you have a choice, because MTM is more organized, it's more entrepreneurial, accessible, and ready. So going into that, I'm going to openly discuss some of the disadvantages to working with ModiveCare that I found on my end and how I have heard through the transportation industry and grapevine that some of these issues are starting to be resolved. And from there, you guys, I have a coachee that I am working with over in Charleston, South Carolina, and she is doing amazing getting everything ready. And we just went over her rate sheet and I was like, wow. It was majorly different. The rates were much improved. I was very glad to see that she is definitely going to be able to sustain her business after all of the struggles that she's had in getting in touch and in contact with our ModiveCare division here in South Carolina. So for starters, I had a lot of difficulty getting started. The particular person that I worked with over at ModiveCare wasn't very phone call friendly or phone call accessible. She did not return emails very promptly. I was a travel nurse, and of course, being a new entrepreneur, I didn't understand that you still have to work around and with other people's scheduling. So I did have admittedly, I did have some expectations that, hey, if I give you a call within 2 weeks, I would like to have a conference or to be able to meet to do the inspection on my vehicle or whatever I needed to do, resubmit paperwork. That was definitely a challenge also. So initially getting my first email from this particular person that worked with ModiveCare, the directions were not clear. The orientation was not clear. And because I was new to transportation and the transportation industry, I didn't really recognize the questions that I should be asking. And because I didn't really recognize those questions, I didn't know I had them. So when it came to the paperwork, I was confused on how to do the paperwork correctly. You know, it asked how many rides I was taking at this time. And I'm like, I'm just starting out. I don't have any rides. So what do I put? Yeah, it was things like that, you know, I really didn't have anyone to help me to through the challenges of how to fill out the forms and what the forms meant. You know, they were talking about all kinds of portals and NPI numbers. And I was like, I have no idea what any of this is, you know, and all I did understand was the electronic draft check, put a copy of my check. So I understood that. But outside of that, it was pretty foreign for me to understand what I was really getting myself into. And so I'm so grateful that you guys have the presence of so many different mentors and different coaches on this platform, on the YouTube platform. There are many people and companies offering services, but I'm just want to tell you guys, I'm grateful that you stopped through here and that you are coming to gather some knowledge while you're here. And I look forward to speaking with you guys. I am here again in South Carolina, so that makes it even more better. Only y'all from South Carolina gonna understand. I just tickled myself. Okay. I won't admit that, but I did it. So with no further ado, I just want to continue to say, hey guys, I'm here in South Carolina. If you need coaching, if you need some mentoring, if you need some guidance on how to get started, I am here. As far as MotiveCare is concerned at this point, they have made a lot of changes. I went out of business because of driver problems. And once again, I know that MotiveCare is our broker and that we are to have a relationship with them. But at the time, the broker that I was working, another individual that was over trips and trip planning and things like that, and drivers, he was very, very rude and condescending and did not treat me as a person. You know, he treated my business as if, you know, I was a joke. And you know, I have to look at it and be reflective and say, well, I know I did not have it all together because I was scattered. I had my mind on my COVID patients. I had my mind on my nursing staff that was ill, and myself being ill and being away from my family. So it was a lot of different things that were going on that, you know, I felt that even to be in the field of patient transportation, that there should be a better way to communicate with your providers, and there should be a way for a provider that is coming in to be able to voice their concerns and to be able to speak with someone about the challenges that they are having. And you know, MotiveCare, and I'm not familiar with any of the other brokers on a working level, but I know that they don't offer that. So, you know, again, I'm here as a coach and a mentor. I have experienced that same pain, and I know that MotiveCare is right now making some serious changes within their organization with some of their employees, which does give me hope for the future and for you guys as NEMT entrepreneurs in that space. So just keep your heads up. If you have been trying to get up and going and you have been trying to get with MotiveCare, I do have a few tricks that I know will help you to speed up the process somewhat. I've spoken about it on several occasions, but you know, just reach out, send me an email or go on my website. I know that there's not very many spaces available. I am booking up really fast. You guys are awesome. You guys continue to be amazing. So I just want to thank you for that. Now I'm looking at the battery power on my on my computer. So let's get started, guys. All right. So first off, starting at the Office of Regulatory Staff. The Office of Regulatory Staff is our regulatory body here in South Carolina, which means like for our state, who we answer to, our board, our regulatory body, who controls whether or not you are able to operate overall, no matter if you're paid self-pay or your brokered pay. It is the ORS, the Office of Regulatory Staff. They are an amazing group over there. They are more than willing to help. They have always been over backwards to take care of their providers. If you have any questions, I say go ahead and give them a call. They answer and they will return your call, but they are not brokers. They are not brokers. Let's make that clear. They are not the brokers. So please do not call them and ask them, how much they pay for rides or what you should charge or any of that. That is not what the ORS does. The ORS administers, it gives you your certification, your license to be able to operate in the state of South Carolina as a non-emergency medical transportation company. So if you have questions about what your insurance requirements are, what your driver requirements are, or your vehicle files are, this is where you're going to get answers for that. So I will leave the link down in the description box. You guys feel free to look at that. But here, we're going to start here. It says non-emergency, and it's motor vehicle carrier regulations. It is a PDF.